You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Yes, people. How are we? Good to have you back. It's the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. You've not only got myself, got man like Freestyle DM, aka Mr. 100K on Instagram right now. G. That's your full name. And then we've, of course, got James Redmond to is here as always, smashing out the videos. Did a belter preview with Steve on his channel. So go and watch that after this one. But we thought, well, James actually messaged me yesterday, didn't you, James? Before we get into this, comment, and subscribe to everyone involved. But you gave me a text yesterday and you said before the City game, I just want to have a little 10 minutes chat on Salah and can he get back to what we were seeing last season. I've got this up as well, Jay, for us as well. Just to kind of, as you're going through your argument, just to give you the stats as well. I mean, we're so near into this, the start still. We've only had 8 games and 2 goals in the Prem. And clearly the first season here was obviously the best, and it is still the current Premier League record, which will get broken, by the way, this season, I'm sure. But the man scores goals. Now, obviously, since AFCON, there's been a big conversation about his form. Do you think, in answer to the question on the screen, do you think he can get back to his best?
So, right. So, I've been saying this all week. This is the way I look at it. Any one of yous jump in, disagree, and feel free. And I thought this was a good discussion to have on the channel because I think it's one of the most emotional topics that we can get at the moment because Mohamed Salah is... What I love about Mohamed Salah, I said it on my watch-along, is how certified he is. It's just the fact that he's a legend no matter what he does between now and the end of his Liverpool career. So whether he does get back to his best or not, he is still up there with the Ian Rushes, the Steven Gerrards. In terms of his legacy, he's won everything at the club. Can't doubt him there. What I will say is, you asked me, do I think he's going to get back to his best? It just depends what you set your premise on when someone is finished. So I always talk about case studies. The same way that you're going to judge a player on being world class, they need to do it for more than a few months or a few weeks or even a season. Let's say you probably need 2 or 3 seasons of really, really good performance to then say, you know what, world-class player there, really, really good. Same way that you're going to judge whether someone's finished or not. So I still think Salah has the potential to be a big part of the squad. We can't go back on the contract that we gave him. I still think that even a bad Mohamed Salah, how bad has Mohamed Salah been this season, boys? By far his worst spell of form at the start of any season. Yet he's still on 9 goals in all competitions, which for a player who is completely out of form, didn't score any goals in the 9-0 win against Bournemouth, yet to still have 9 goals, I still think it goes to show the value that he can bring to the squad and the fact that he's still someone who helps us there. So even if he doesn't get back to his best, and I'll be honest, I don't think he does. I think the form that he was in, especially when he first joined, and then the form that he showed at the start of last season, I don't even think don't think that means we need to... Go on.
He gets back to 30 plus goals. Do you think he doesn't get back to maybe scoring a 30 plus till when?
I don't.
Got like 3 or 4 more years still.
Oh, sorry, I thought you interrupted me there. No, what's it called? I was just going to say about Mohamed Salah, I think he might get 30 goals again. I don't see it happening. So if I'm going to answer the question as no, I don't think he'll get back to his best, but he doesn't need to be back to his best to still add a lot to this team, is the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm not trying to say sell Salah. I'm not trying to say that Salah is the shittest footballer I've ever seen. He still contributes a lot. He's still a leader. You saw him around Harvey, giving him a little cuddle the other day, lad, making sure that he was someone who was present for the goal that Harvey was so deserved of as well. So yeah, I'm not going to say he's finished, but I certainly don't think he'll be back to his best. What do you boys think? Doyle, I haven't spoke to you for a while, lads. What do you think on the situation with Salah?
I agree, lads. I think he just adds value to the team no matter what. It's like what one of the comments said, class is permanent, and he will always have that class. He will always be able to score a goal or 2, and that's what he'll do. I think what we need him for is the big games where we need experience and we need them players that have done the big occasions, and he's going to be that player to set the tone for players like Elliott and Carvalho. So we still need him. He adds much more value than just 30 goals a season, and we know that. I agree. I don't think he's going to get back to that 30 goals, 36 goals or whatever it was. He's just set such high standards for himself that anything below that now seems like a failure. When in reality it isn't. Like he said, lad, he scored 9 goals, bro. That for someone that's on a bad bit of form, it's all right, that innit? If I scored 9 goals, lad, I'd be thinking I'm flying.
Hey, it's not too shabby, Alonso, Doyle. It's not too shabby, Alonso.
You know what I mean, lad?
It's-
So if that's his bad form, I'm all right with it.
I mean,
do you know what?
For me, it's
I'm
like
sorry, Alex. You go.
I think he can still get there. I think he can still do it at the highest level. I do.
Alex believes that Steven Gerrard could come back and absolutely smash it in this Liverpool midfield. That's what Alex believes.
Still be our best midfielder. But I reckon he can do it. Obviously, we want your opinions as well. Let us know in the comments. Just answer the question. Can Salah get back to his best? I think he can get there, considering that he has the right support to supply the goals with. And there's also the shout to play him up front. What do you guys think? I'll ask both of you. Yes, the performances haven't been there this season. The goals, maybe apart from last night, he was a little bit under par considering at this stage last season what he had. But do you care really if he has a bad performance but scores every week?
No,
no. I do.
Performances have dipped as well as the goals, but if he keeps scoring goals, is that what he's there to do?
Yeah.
No, he's there to score goals, but gentlemen, come on. Let Doyle, especially you with your football and skill and technique. I believe if you were in an all-round game, Doyle, you'd be able to contribute more than just getting goals. I expect that from everyone. The same way I don't just expect Trent to be good at attacking, I expect him to be good at defending. The same way that I don't expect Thiago to be just good at passing, I expect him to be good at tracking back and making sure he's getting back to the goal on time. Like, I expect more than just one main attribute from all these players, because if one player is only bringing... The only way I accept Salah being the only one to bring goals is if everyone else is world class. The difference is we've got Darwin Núñez there, who I think will follow very similar trends. Probably not going to have all-round world-class performances, but he's going to get on the end of chances and he's going to get goals. I think two players doing that job and being the target man and being the outlet and getting in behind the defence and doing all these things, I think, to me, that's concerning to the all-round squad, because when Liverpool have been at their best and at their peak, it has been everybody is on the same hymn sheet, putting in work. When Salah was at his best, he was tracking back, he was linking up the play better. It's not his main attribute, but he had the players around him. Mane, the defensive outlook that Mane brought week in, week out was insane. The midfield, Genie, very well-rounded player. By the way, I saw Genie liked your photo, Doyle. Big up to Genie Wijnaldum, the absolute legend, lad. The absolute legend. Genie Wijnaldum, yes, lad. Genie Wijnaldum's the sickest kid. But the point is that we had the all-round ability to be able to control games, and that was because every player was doing their job. If we even have one player, it might get us a goal, but it could cost us 2 goals or 3. And over the course of the season, it could cost us maybe 5 to 10 goals. One player not adding anything else other than goals. I don't know what you think, gents.
It's true, lad. No, it's true.
No, I agree. It's so close. Some of
Have I changed your mind?
Defined by if he didn't score that goal at home against Wolves on the last season, we wouldn't have given him that point. Potentially, I mean, I've got one question for you both. Now that and let's not forget, at the start of last season, Salah was playing up front, and then Mane took over from that in the second half. And they pretty much had similar records when they were playing centrally. Is there an argument now that we've got Bobby firing again, and Núñez is obviously the big star man? Do you think the argument of playing him through the middle is finished, considering what Pep Lijnders said to him at the start of the season, which was, I want you to play wider so there's more space in behind? Do you think him up front is over for Liverpool?
No. He played there against Rangers, lad. That's exactly where he played and he scored goals. I think it's just going to be as and when he needs to play him up there, he will, lad. There's no reason not to play him there. We have a very dynamic, we're used to having a dynamic trio. Bringing Núñez in now means that we've got a solid centre forward. But when he's not playing, lad, why not put him up there? Absolutely, lad. I don't see what
talking about Núñez or Salah?
Salah. Up
putting
front,
him as the number 9,
maybe.
Because I saw his role against Rangers
when it needs to happen, lad, do it.
Yeah, I saw his role against Rangers more on the right, inside right forward. I saw him being brought back to that role. He was in between the full-back and the centre-back. He weren't just outside of the full-back. I don't know if you've noticed the same thing. That means he was able to create more chances. He was able to get more goals. And he was able to get into those threatening positions, which has created the volume for Salah. What I would prefer going forward is continuing to play Salah there, opposed to trying to make him this creative outlet, which is so unrealistic just because we brought in an outlet in Núñez. So if we're going to bring in Núñez to make Salah more creative, we're taking goals away from Salah, and we still don't know if Núñez is going to be able to bag those 20 to 30 goals that we've been getting from Salah. So until Núñez is established in being able to do that role and do it well, I still want to see Salah playing that inside right forward. And whether that means we play Bobby or Núñez, I don't care, because I think both of those players, if we play a high line, play Núñez. If we play a team that's going to be sat back and you need to break them down, you might need a moment of individual brilliance, bring on Bobby and let him control that game. Be selective in how you choose your lineups. And again, like, I don't know if the chat agree, please do give us your thoughts. But boys, I think that's the best way going forward. They're way behind, aren't they?
I mean,
Way behind. They're way behind. They're like 2 minutes behind me, chat.
yeah. It's the strongest position without a doubt. I agree. I think he needs to be an inside forward. But I think that he can play anywhere in the top line, lad. So when we need to, put him there. If we don't need to, I think ideally we start him.
It's happening again.
I think, as and when we need to play him, where we need to play him, we play him, lad. But I want performances out of him, lad. And I think last game that we played him, lad, he was boss, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Come on as a sub, lad, boss.
Quick question before we end it. This was just like, this is mad. Yeah, we haven't got the best connection right now, but we just wanted to come online and talk to the people. Welcome back, Doyle Kid, says Ant Dicko. Big up every time, the firm. But one question for you each. Let us know in the comments as well before we finish off. How many goals in all comps will Salah score this season? And then we'll
I think Salah, Doyle might go ahead because I know there's a little bit of a lag issue, but I think Salah will be in the conversation of possibly around top 5, top 6. And as long as that means he still results in 15 to 20 Premier League goals and let's say 20 to 25 goals in all competitions, then unbelievable, because that's still a good return from what's been a bad season from Salah. So it allows us to go forward and assess other options on how we replace him in the long term. However, it also allows us to still have a player who's going to go out there and get those goals that we need now. So do we need Mohamed Salah for this Liverpool squad? Absolutely 100%, because he is still massive to the depth and you need the depth. However, what I will also say is that it's also important that we use this period to know, okay, maybe Salah might not get back to his best. Therefore, it's good to bring someone, kind of like the way City do all the time. So as they're thinking about letting Raheem Sterling go, they'll bring in Riyad Mahrez and let him settle in, or Jack Grealish and let him settle in. Yeah. When Fernandinho's about to go, we'll bring in Rodri, take him a year to settle in, brilliant. We need to have that same mindset of the next player that we buy, and I do still think we need more forwards, letting go Minamino and letting go Origi, massive loss to our team, massive detriment. So now that we bring in these wingers and we have this time to sort of assess the situation in the short and long term, I think Salah's massively important, and I still think he can get those 20 goals or 25 goals this season. But that will be in all competitions.
Put a number on all comps.
25.
What do you reckon?
And that's me being optimistic.
It depends how far we get in all these competitions. Lad, he could get 30 if we go far in the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Champions League, and we're obviously playing the Premier League. He could score 30. He still could in all competitions. I think I'll go with Jay, though. I reckon about 25 myself, lad. 25 in all comps.
I'm going 28, because why not?
Why not, buddy?
We've got people in the comments here. 30 plus says you never walk alone 731. Bobby will get 25. He's en route to get double figures for sure.
On fire.
12 goal contributions already. He's insane, Bobby, and I love him. Do you both agree that we should give him a contract extension?
Yeah.
100%. You know that, bro. Come on, get it signed right now.
Touch my knuckles, boys. Yes. Yes. Up the Bobby.
Yeah, well, listen, we just wanted to, as I say, come on, discuss this. Freestyle DM, James Redmond, as you know. Now we leave it to you in the comments. Can Salah get back to his best? How many goals will he score this season? Will he score on Sunday at Anfield in the big one? Who knows? It's going to be a belting game. We've got so much content coming out in the next week or so as well. A great time to be involved in Kop TV and James Redmond. He's firing out videos left, right, and rhubarb. So until then, take care. Thank you, and we'll see you Sunday. All the best.
Liverpool fans, listen up. This is something for you.
So, we are sponsored by Foco, manufacturing much better toys than what Liverpool are performances at the moment. But as you can see, if you want to support your team in a very fun and glorious way by having these cool little ornaments and toys, or if you have a family member or friends who are Liverpool crazy,
crazy. This is the perfect gift for them.
Water bottles, nodding heads, dogs. We've got it all.
You again, lad, next to me bed.
Make sure to use the link in the description now. Head over to FOCO and use the Kop TV discount code to get 15% off. You can't go wrong. You need FOCO in your life.